Hello everyone and welcome back to Yakuza. I mean Soul Calibur, I mean Yakuza.
I mean, we already did that joke.
I know, but I'm doing it again. Fuck you.
I wasn't here.
Listen, this is during Kiryu's recap. Because Kiryu's story is totally necessary for this plot. It really isn't.
I mean,
honestly, you could have just wrote off all of Kiryu's stuff and just made it a Majima story.
I already said my point of view as to why it became this, but...
Oh yeah, I know. But, alright, so let's talk about stupid shit. Let's do Soul Calibur right first, because you were fucking starting it before I could start the damn recording.
I just made a joke that we played half of the game because we're waiting for the other half to come out. And also that, let's be honest, we're all going to buy the DLC with 2B in it.
Yeah.
The arse is worth it.
Oh, that reminds me, there was a stupid rumor, was it like the day after she got announced, where it was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a patch in the PlayStation version that's gonna get rid of the boob jiggle. And it was based off of just somebody tweeting that out, and then someone was like tweeting out with a bunch of hashtags this stupid rumor, like, and even when I comment on it, I was like, guys, there's no source to this. Why? You calm down.
I mean,
because Sony's gone mad in the last week.
They got rid of that kissing underage girl minigame from that Senran Kagura game.
Yeah.
How dare? How dare?
That pretty much killed Exceed.
How dare they not allow you to kiss underage girls? Seriously,
the company was really, really mad. They were like, man, we were really depending on this game to like keep us in business, and you just kind of butchered it. And people are like, but it's a creepy lolly fetish game. And they're like, we know.
They're shit. I got gifted one of them for Christmas, and I was like, oh, like a couple Christmases ago, and I was like, oh, it's a beat 'em up game. All right, I'll try it. It's like Dynasty Warriors, right? And I was like, oh, it's like Dynasty Warriors if it was shit with bigger boobs. Okay.
I mean,
that's the same company that brings over the Legends of Heroes games, which I kind of like, so...
Yeah, well, those games are good. Well, those are also two different developers. They're just the publisher, Exceed.
Well, they're the they're the company that localizes the
games, but, yeah. They publish it here in the States and localize it.
So, I mean, like, they just, like, laid off a bunch of their crew as a result of this apparent censoring, which means I guess the game is not going to sell well.
I mean, okay, honestly, I doubt that. They're gonna bitch, but they're still gonna buy it.
The problem you face is that, well, in Japan it's different. Culturally over here in the West, it's not something that they would be able to really get away with. Because it's not like you could say, oh, but it's art or anything, like the usual excuses.
No, it's fucking creepy.
Like, it's just there for, you know... like kind of the most basic form of pornography. It's like not explicitly sexual, but
the thing is that Sony's the Sony Entertainment Company moved to California from Japan, so now like every game they do, even on the Japanese side, has to go through Californian censors who don't even speak Japanese.
Oh, the Californian censors, like, expressly bad or something, because...
there's a lot of social justice warriors over there.
I mean, yeah, but they let...
Yeah, but people toss around that word like it's fucking candy,
yeah,
so
but
I
they
don't
let,
really...
like, numerous amounts of, like, awful things come out of Hollywood and such.
So to make it, to make the Soul Calibur one funnier was that while they were doing that same day, then Namco put out like a illustration art of 2B with Ivy that was suggestive, and I'm just like, you fucking.
I mean, 2B's not even technically a person.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
well, I mean,
I'm laughing at the people that were like freaking out, and then like immediately like Namco had that out, and I'm just like, you guys are fucking idiots.
And Ivy's fair game because she's like secretly 80 or something.
So it takes place during Soul Calibur, so. Okay, so I talked about this before. They took the ages out, but
yeah,
she was like in her 30s before, so...
Ah, fuck it, no, man.
Yeah,
she's the daughter of an undead pirate dude. I don't...
The only fucking lolly in the park party, or if you will, was fucking Talum, which is why I kept joking calling her 12. I think she's older than 12, but I'm calling her 12.
I'd say 14, but... And that's why she wasn't in 5, because she'd be too old. She'd be like 20.
Yeah, that's 12 for Japan.
Helix
she'd be like,
come back, though.
she'd be like 30, but or Helix like he's fucking old.
Helix,
but magic bullshit keeps him young, along with Maxie and Ivy
and Mitsurugi.
Mitsurugi doesn't even have magic bullshit. He's just not older because
he has magic bullshit. It's called being Asian.
Oh, okay.
You know that they either age horribly or not at all.
Ah, so they either age like, I don't know, or they age like Kiryu, where he just somehow, it took him till the 6th game to actually look a little bit older, and it's only just like a little bit under his eyes.
By the power of being Asian. I just explained this.
Asian genetics.
Yeah.
It holds off your aging until middle age, until the absolute last minute, which means all of a sudden when you're 50-something, you aged like 2 decades overnight.
And then there's Ryu, who looks like who's like apparently like only in his 20s, yet he looks like, hell, you've seen him.
Yeah, well. Being voiced by, that's what being voiced by Carl Bear does to you.
I don't know.
He's like a JoJo character in that regard. He's younger than he looks.
Well, speaking of Ryu, the Smash Direct. The Smash Direct
JoJo, like part 3.
Yeah. I got it. It was a JoJo reference. I fucking know.
Well, I had to clarify because he started making the characters younger after part 3, where they actually look younger. But
was that a JoJo reference?
Yes.
Hey, guys! Hold on. Is the Rush style a JoJo reference?
I'll fucking kill you. I hate that meme so much. It's
I remember back when nobody
so
knew about
annoying.
JoJo or cared about it except like.
That's a lie, and you fucking know it. You shut your whore mouth.
He knows about. You remember the time before JoJo got the second anime adaptation, and that's when like the masses gave a shit.
Yeah. No, it was Dio was always a fucking meme. You both shut the hell up.
Dio was a meme, but like JoJo as a whole was
Dio himself, yes, but also it was a meme because of that fucking game, because that game was popular.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking both bullshit me.
I'm not bullshitting to say that, like, Dio wasn't a meme, but lots of things can be a meme and not be, like...
It got more popular, yeah, but it was always popular. It was always popular. It's more popular now, but it was always popular.
Only hardcore weebs really remember it, like, 15 years ago, as far as I remember.
Yeah, because I remember all the fucking dumb jokes.
Yeah, but you're also big on the FGC, which is where all those jokes came from.
No, it wasn't even before I was really into FGC. That was like before I really like paid attention to them. Because I remember like I poked my head into a couple of them and I was just like, this is dumb. And then later I poked my head and this is dumb. I'm going to laugh at it. But
anyway, the Smash Direct, which was today.
I'm so happy about Incineroar and Ken.
What bizarre characters to hold up as your final revelations, though?
Who is it?
So
Incineroar and Ken.
Yeah, Ken from Street Fighter. I should point out.
Well, what a shock! I mean,
at least Ruben Langdon's back.
Yeah. I'm happy with them.
I'm fine with them.
Yeah, Incineroar, yeah.
Not as like final Smash Direct character.
I wanted Incineroar for a while, like since I played Sun and Moon, so I'm fucking happy.
Like that's fine. I just feel like there could have been something, I don't know, grander, like, you know, the Castlevania reveal or the Ridley reveal. Like big and massive. Not and by the way, it's just kind of Incineroar who everyone's gonna be disappointed because like Incineroar's cool, but lots of people wanted Decidueye.
I probably would have done like fuck Decidueye. I probably would have saved K. Rool for last, even though I don't like him, just because that would have got a big pop.
Like Ken, you know, I like Ken. Ken's cool, but it's just an echo.
Yeah. He'll probably be like the Echo. He'll probably be Echo in the same vein as like Lucina, where he'll have slightly different properties. Because apparently there's a couple different Echoes.
Yeah, he does have
like that.
He does have different. All the Echoes have like slightly different properties.
Some do, some don't.
Ridiculously more popular for some reason, like Lucina is.
Well, Lucina's more popular because of the game that she's in.
Because she's a girl.
No, because of the game she's in.
No, she is also like prime waifu bait.
That's
Like,
basically.
No, that's Rosalina. Let's be fucking real for a second here, folks.
They can both be waifu bait, but Lucina is also the
No,
one who
if you're gonna call Prime, that's the one that everyone waifus. That's how she even got in when she did. I mean, to be fair, I like her. She's a great character. I'm glad she's in, but let's not.
I'm more talking about how Lucina is overshowed the protagonist of her own game, as well as like the original.
Okay, I played that. I played that game.
I know Chrome's really boring, but you know.
No, she really is though. The protagonists, as far as I'm concerned, are her and you, because Chrome's just kind of sitting there jerking off in the corner.
Well, until he needs to jerk off into you.
If you're playing a woman, yes.
I mean,
unless we're counting all the fan art.
The thing I would argue though is Lucina's the one who actually has like DLC in like couple games of being in a wedding dress. So.
Oh no, she's definitely a waifu character. But I mean, all the fucking female characters end up being waifu characters. Let's be fucking real.
Everyone is a waifu.
I mean,
Pirahana Plant is everybody's waifu.
Oh, the Pirahana Plant, where it's like literally just any. Like, I don't like to say you wasted a slot, but you kind of wasted a slot. Like I know he's technically.
No, that's not a wasted slot. It wasn't Captain Toad, or Gino, or Banjo.
Banjo was never gonna happen. Nintendo hates
Banjo. You know, let's be real though. Banjo was a one-hit wonder. He had one good game. Banjo-Tooie wasn't that good. The Banjo Nuts and Bullets was awful.
Yeah, but that's kind of the general curse of being employed by being a developer for Microsoft.
No, Banjo-Tooie was not Microsoft time.
No, but I never played it, so I can't.
I thought about it. I actually thought about it. Rare, honestly, rarely made good games. Haha!
Oh yeah, you don't like. Alright, yeah, you don't like Donkey Kong Country, do you?
What?
Donkey Kong Country 2's alright, and that's about it.
Yeah, he's with Miyamoto on this one.
I am.
Only Donkey Kong Country 2?
It's the only one that's good, and
Why?
I still don't think it's even that great.
How is it different than the other Donkey Kong countries?
I don't have to play as the giant hitbox character. Oh yeah, I remember too, Donkey Kong 1 had really fucking wonky hitboxes too.
I mean, it's been a while since I've played either, so...
And also I never really liked the enemy designs of Donkey Kong Country, because it's always just kind of like... like, they had some crocodiles, and they're like, okay, we ran out of things for crocodiles to do. Okay, let's just take some random bugs. Oh, a beaver. A beaver. Let's have a beaver in it.
Yeah, but...
a bee. A giant bee with spikes.
It's not like gorillas have any natural predators to use.
What I mean is there's no cohesion with what you're dealing with.
I'm sorry, there's tons of fucking cohesion in Mario.
Let's see here, they're mostly turtles, then there's just a couple of miscellaneous
and
things.
Goombas and bullet bills. And
Bullet bills are like a fucking... Yeah, but bullet bills are literally just a fucking rocket.
With faces.
But a majority of it are just the fucking turtles.
For some reason.
And booze.
Those are ghosts. Ghosts are like in every fucking game. Well, every platformer.
I'm just saying.
No, Mega Man even had ghosts. Mega Man even had ghosts. Robot ghosts.
How do you be a robot ghost?
Ghost
Man.
You ever seen Ghost in the Shell? It's like
that's a metaphor, not a literal ghost.
I mean, it could be a literal ghost.
I don't think it is.
Maybe that would have made the fucking Hollywood movie a lot more interesting.
How to make somebody mad when it comes to playing Donkey Kong Country, making them play as somebody who isn't Dixie Kong or Diddy Kong.
I liked playing as Donkey Kong, even though he was bigger and not as agile.
Sucked. And sucked and had a shitty hitbox.
But hey, at least he can jump on the guy with the helmet.
Oh, he's gonna do that one thing. If he doesn't fuck up and his hitbox hits his little toe and he dies.
Yeah, but at least Donkey Kong can do a banana slammer.
Yes.
Listen, counting that fucking hilariously bad cartoon is just cheating.
Oh, was it a cartoon? I thought it was just a fever dream.
It can be both.
And he has a coconut gun. That fires and
It fires and spurts.
Yeah, we've all heard the song.
By the way, that one though, that is the absolute worst Donkey Kong Country game.
Oh, I never played
64.
Yeah,
64 is absolutely garbage. The rest I find to be mediocre or okay.
It was so bad they had to put in an unused Banjo-Kazooie level in it for some reason.
Yep. Yeah, so like the rest of the Country series, I find them at best alright, at worst mediocre, and then there's 64, which is just hot trash. The only good thing about that is that shitty fucking Donkey Kong rap.
And that's why Donkey Kong Country, or Donkey Kong 64 never got a 3DS port.
I think it actually had to do with licensing issues.
Yeah,
Like for my version. Like, when has Nintendo given a shit about licensing and crap? Like, they literally, remember cancelled Star Fox 2 so that they could harvest its code and then sell it on 20 years later?
They still owned that one, though. They had full ownership, that's the thing.
How do they not have full ownership of 64, though?
I don't know. I don't know their fucking dealings. Rare, yeah, I guess.
What the hell does Rare?
There's no. Oh, you know why? It's because there's a mini game that is a Rare game, and it's vital.
Oh.
It's literally vital to the story. You have to play it to get an item to proceed.
Yeah, the mini games in that game you have to beat in order to get through the game.
You have to beat the original Donkey Kong, and then you have to beat some Rare.
One of Rare's shitty arcade games.
Yeah, to get an item to proceed in the level. I mean, I guess they could alter it to not have to do that, but
let's see here. The Rare games that I like. Okay, so I guess we'll count Country 2 just to be nice. I like the first Banjo-Kazooie. I never played Conker, to be fair, so I can't say anything about Conker.
Conker is hilarious, but I can't exactly say it's a very good game. It's just more memes than anything.
Yeah, it's basically it's just like the gameplay is an excuse to get to the next cutscene.
And then the next one is probably the newest Killer Instinct. The other ones I don't think were very good.
I mean,
It was just Mortal Kombat, but fast.
The most
the old
iconic
ones.
about Conker is the Great Mighty Pooh, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that kind of says how great the game is.
I mean, as I said, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but I mean, it's not exactly a great game.
But it's funny.
It is
It's
funny.
like Conker was in Diddy Kong Racing, because this was before they, back when Conker was meant to be this wholesome, family game,
Yeah.
before they scrapped that.
Man, I don't remember this stuff with the business dealing with Kiryu, so if I select all the wrong options, this will be funny. It's the one where you go into the diner to talk to the guy.
Yeah. But yeah, Piranha Plant as post-release free update / paid DLC. It's, of all the things you could have put in, buy this. It's the game looks fine. I like Smash 4. I'll probably like this one. No reason not to like it. But some of the character choices are just weird. Also, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I went with Richter Belmont instead of Trevor.
Well, Richter's more iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but they've also been doing the whole thing with Castlevania anime. Has been focusing on Castlevania 3 and Trevor.
Yeah, but still, Richter is the most iconic Belmont.
Richter's iconic because of his bants with Drac. That's it.
Richter's iconic because of the game where he wasn't the main character.
Yeah, Castle Symphony of the Night.
But
And also, Ronda of Blood is one of the most popular ones as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Funnily enough, both just recently got re-released.
Yes.
So yeah, it's So yeah, no, it's a couple of reasons. He has also appeared in a number of the Castlevania games.
Like Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night. Well, no, there was later ones where he appeared in as a guest character or someone who's a sideline or a boss fight. He's appeared in the most Castlevania games.
Poor Trevor. And meanwhile, Simon.
Trevor was just in 3, which people didn't really learn about until later because 3 was kind of overlooked.
Somehow, I'm still not sure why Simon though. Was Simon only in 2?
No, he was in 1, 2.
Simon is 1 and 2.
4.
Oh, he was in 1 as well. That was Simon.
The entire point of 2 is that he has to finished.
Simon's Quest. It's literally called Simon's Quest.
Yeah, I am aware of what it's called.
But I mean, the whole point of 2 is that he was cursed fighting Dracula in the first game, and he has to break the curse.
What a horrible night to have a curse. We've all seen the AVGN episode.
Yeah, we've all seen the fucking.
No, sorry, it was the Nintendo known at the time before Nintendo said you can't do that.
I actually played that game, and he's not exaggerating how annoying that is.
It is annoying.
I mean, I would have thought what's more annoying is about how in order to proceed you have to like get a specific jewel and duck down into a corner for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but I never got that far.
You know that thing that any player would, just know to do? That's good game design. Thanks, Konami.
Just sit in a corner here and wait for a tornado.
Oh, well, at least
for like 2 minutes.
At least Smash Bros will come with a remix of Bloody Tears.
Yeah.
Because obviously.
Whenever I get a Switch, I definitely want to get Smash. It looks... I'm really looking forward to it. It looks good.
I mean, it's the case of Smash Bros will always be what it is. Fun game. I was actually talking to someone before about the general farce of competitive Smash. Well, okay, so people only can get it to work if they basically cut out 90% of the game's content to do it. Right? So they tell you, no items, blah blah blah. Can't use any can't use Final Smashes. Can't use this.
Well, in the new one you will be able to because there's a mechanic.
Yeah, you'll be able to adjust it. But it's still bizarre to me how people basically cut so much of the content from the game in order to make it competitive. When no other serious fighter ever has that problem. You don't see them in Street Fighter 5. They go, okay, yeah, but in this tournament you can't use Rising or Ukemi attacks or special mode. You can't use hyper combos. No, bizarre to me.
I think it has something to do with the items why they didn't allow Smash Ball, but I don't know.
I assume it's because if you get a hammer, then you pretty much win.
Well, it's because that's the point though, is that the items make the game more randomized because you can't control items.
They don't want random in a tournament. They want the most.
Yeah, I know they do, but I'm just saying that they're having to lock off so much in the game's content to try and make it into a quote-unquote competitive fighter.
I mean,
it's farcical.
It's
not even a competitive.
You don't want the guy who wins the actual contest to be like, oh, he just happened to get lucky and have a hammer spawn right next to him.
I mean, that's think of how many other contests are won by pure luck.
Honestly, even when you play it like a fighting game normally, there is luck involved. Because sometimes, if your opponent just fucks up or does something stupid, it can just give you that opening that you beat an opponent that you should have had no business defeating. That's happened to me a number of times when I played games on, fighting games online. You name it, I've had it happen at least a dozen times where they did something stupid, and that was enough of an opening for me to win when, honestly, I should have been on the ground. Hell, sometimes that'll even happen, even in a shooting game that'll happen, even if you just turn into a one-on-one where some weird thing happens, or one little mistake is made, and then the other guy's dead.
Or if you're playing Overwatch and they've got Hanzo, and he's the best character in the game.
Oh, get the threat. Wait, he doesn't have a Scatter Arrow anymore.
No, he has Storm Arrow, which is worse.
I honestly haven't played in so long. In fact, I've been debating on installing it because I've had no interest in playing it.
So after they got rid of Scatter Arrow, they replaced it with what's called Storm Arrow, which is basically like McCree's Fan the Hammer, right?
Okay.
Except the difference is, Hanzo does a lot more base damage, and he fires those arrows exceedingly quick. They've got a lot more range, and coupled with the just general
Wait, a lot more range. McCree is kind of like a weird snipery sort of thing.
Oh, McCree has range, but McCree also has a lot more damage drop off.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So the problem with Hanzo is because he does so much damage, then Storm Arrow just means you could absolutely shred through tanks and fuck tons of health. So it's
also the hitbox of his arrows are like trucks.
There's no effective range to actually fight him at, because if you get in close, he'll just Storm Arrow you and you'll die quicker. And if you try and fight him at range, he'll just hit you in a headshot and kill you.
Yeah, his arrows are the size of trucks. So I actually wasn't sure which were bigger, the Huntsman from TF2's hitboxes, or those, and I've been playing TF2 again, and Hanzo's arrows are bigger, it seems.
Probably.
You're speaking
Also-
alien to me.
Also, he can shoot them faster than the huntsman can shoot his arrows.
Well, there's been no interesting comic book news recently. Oh, I guess Daredevil Season 3, but I already talked about that.
I know Young Justice is starting real soon.
Oh, finally.
I watched The Haunting of Hill House, the Netflix show, last week. It was like a Halloween thing. It was like fine, typical like kind of, you know, spooky series. Then like the final episode just kind of shits the bed. Like,
That seems to be very common lately.
well, actually, I know the reason for this one is because they got to like shoot in the final episode, and the like producer got, or like showrunner got cold feet, didn't want to do the like depressing ending they were going to do, so they reshot it to be like super happy.
That's weird.
It's just utterly baffling. Like, it was actually last minute.
Usually they jump at the chance to do something edgy and depressing.
Fucking horror, like almost every horror movie or show or whatever ends with, oh, and the heroes win, or do they?
Yes.
And then fade to black, or cut to black. Like, think of how Nightmare on Elm Street ends. Oh, they defeated Freddy, or did they?
No, they didn't.
Then it turns out no, but then like 3 comes out. It turns out no, yeah, they did. Don't know what the ending was about. I mean, apart from the fact that Nightmare on Elm Street's a clusterfuck of a series anyway.
They kind of stopped caring after a while. After a while, it was less about continuity and more about, let's see how many puns Freddy can make as he's killing people in this movie.
Yeah.
Don't forget the power glove!
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that fucking scene.
The actual worst film.
I fucking love that scene. It's so fucking awful.
So not the wizard with the power
Whole
glove?
movie is fucking awful. No one cares about. People only care about the wizard because pretty sure the AVG ended an episode on it.
Yeah, because actually, it was back when in the day. It was also because it was like we're going to show this new, never before seen game.
Yeah, that was the first footage of Mario 3 ever. In the West, anyway. And this is back in the days before the internet, so it's not like you could just look it up.
So yeah, you wouldn't know about back then. People wouldn't know that there was a Mario 3 already. They wouldn't know that there was a different version of Mario 2, which sucked.
They wouldn't know that Japan has video games. What? I mean, they do more than eat rice and say ching chong all day?
I mean, there are people that still think that.
Yeah, I know, but there are a lot more people that thought that back before the,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now it's just the people in the White House who think that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna miss Trump when he goes, though.
I mean,
No.
I sure as hell didn't know that the NES was Japanese.
There's so many jokes we've had at his expense. I'll miss.
Yeah, but he's a menace, so
I'm sure the
him.
next person. Well, I mean, the next person might have just as entertaining material. I mean, Obama didn't, but Bush certainly did.
Oh no, we just need to get Mitt Romney so we can bring back binders full of women.
Oh boy.
I mean, I know like that's not even like a really fair criticism considering the context of that, but it is still funny.
Listen, I have binders full of women.
I mean, I do too, but I don't brag about it.
I usually hide them so people don't see them and say, why do you have all these pictures?
Alongside the bottles of chloroform and the handcuffs.
God damn it! Fucking hell. I knew it was gonna get to something like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
See, I was like half like thinking like, oh, maybe it'll be like a dead body joke. Nope.
I mean, they could still be dead. I'm not ruling out that possibility. Any hole's a goal, Dan.
Oh my god. I don't know if the thing I have is the proper sweets.
It's okay, it's Halloween's officially over.
Yeah, I only had like...
No spooks were had this year.
I gotta find the sweet box. I don't know what store sells the sweet box in this fucking game.
Probably Don Quixote.
I was there, I didn't see anything there.
I thought you were talking about Halloween.
No.
I was like, what? Sweet box?
Could be Ebisu.
Is that the leftover candy that didn't give away?
That's my favorite thing about Yakuza 0. It's how it'll tell you, it won't tell you where things are. And then you just gotta figure it out and jump to store and just be like, please be here. No? Okay. I mean, let me try this one. Oh god, it's not here.
It's like Ebisu, Donkey-O, or I forget what their 7-Eleven knockoff is.
They have like 100 of those, and they all carry different things too. That's what I don't miss when playing. Now that I'm playing this game again, is just how it doesn't tell you things a lot of the time. It'll just like be like, find it. Okay, find it. Where? Find it. Can you give me a clue? Find it. All right.
No, I mean you'll get a clue when Kingdom Hearts 3 gets release date. When it gets released.
So
I still don't believe it.
So in 3 months, you mean?
I still don't believe it.
Oh, there it is. I found the gift box. It was at it was at a different fucking 7-Eleven. It was not the one that I was at before.
I'm just waiting for them to announce, yeah, no, sorry, Kingdom Hearts 3 has to be delayed. Here's 2.9 instead.
I think
the game where Xehanort wins.
They'll just re-release the re-releases again.
Again.
2.8 Super HD Turbo.
Because aren't they actually re-releasing them all as like one big pack?
They already did 1.5 and 2.5 together for PS4.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, didn't they put them in like a 2-pack after releasing them separately, and then released them as a 2-pack?
Well, it's because they released them on PS3, so they re-released them on PS4.
No, because they re-released them on PS4, and then they re-released them again as one thing.
No, I think I'm pretty sure 1.5 and 2.5 were on PS3, and then for PS4.
Yeah, they both were on PS3 and also PS4, and then there was a re-release where they put both of them together, along with the Aqua game.
Ah, yes, the Aqua game.
And by Aqua game, I mean the hour of Aqua gameplay, and also that one game where everybody is Xehanort, and that's where all the memes start.
I'm everyone!
You're Xehanort, he's Xehanort, I'm Xehanort! Are there any other Xehanorts I should know about?
Everyone is either Xehanort or Sora.
Yes. That's where that all started.
I want to feel sorry for the people who are going into this, who are going into 3 having played 2, like many years ago, and thinking, "Oh, I like this game," and then it's just going to be like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
I think they're just assuming that anyone getting 3 has probably followed the series, or had given up on video games. Because what's the chance that somebody who was only a casual player 10 years ago is still a casual player now? You're either hardcore or you've given up.
Or at the very least, you gave up on Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, my friend has just like I tried to explain it to him like what had changed since 2, and his eyes glazed over.
I don't blame him. My eyes glaze over whenever I think about it.
So yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Here's a topic that will amuse Dan. Did you hear about Fallout 76?
About what?
You not hear about all the problems with 76?
I know it's bad, but I haven't heard the specifics.
So, like, the beta completely shit the bed and had to be, like, stopped. Because it fucked around even just the basic countdown of starting the game. So it turns out movement speed is based on frame rate.
So what you're saying is people could unlock their frame rates at ridiculous levels and then just turn into supersonic.
All they need to do is look at the ground, and then they're suddenly faster than everything in the game. Anyway.
So
going through the fucking mountains, literally.
So it's like the Flash as long as he's not looking up.
Probably. Train, are you alive? Did Train die?
I don't know. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
But like, surely movement speed...
Oh, he's back! Like nothing happened!
We were talking to you and you weren't there.
Oh, well, I probably didn't have anything to add anyway.
No, I said it was like the Flash, except he can't look up.
With the whole running speed thing.
Yeah. But like, surely, like, doing it for a frame rate on a like multiplayer only game. That's just asking for trouble.
Like Bethesda, like Bethesda knows how to program. We've played their games. They don't know how to write, they don't know how to program, they don't know how to test, they don't know how to design. They are the worst successful company I can think of.
I think I even called them EA, but with good publicity.
Yeah. They really are. Bethesda's best games are the ones they don't develop.
Yeah.
Like, Doom wasn't developed by them. Fallout New Vegas wasn't developed by them. Wolfenstein was not developed by them, just published. Dishonored, same thing. All their best games aren't ones that were made in-house. They're shit. Bethesda is shit.
It's because the ones in-house I know the community is going to fix for them anyway, so why bother?
Pretty much. Like, the modders will take care of it.
They've been able to get away with it for so long. And honestly, I saw some people like, oh, will this be their first flop? And I'm like, no, Bethesda's immune. They'll be fine.
It might be a flop, but I imagine the novelty will wear off soon.
Oh, the novelty will wear off of this game, but I mean, they won't get any brunt of
especially
it
now
being
that
shit.
AAA, and especially now that all these AAA developers and titles are trying to jump on the Battle Royale craze.
Fucking course.
I mean, Call of Duty 4 or Black Ops 4 has just come out and has the same thing in it.
I mean, Fallout 76 is trying to jump on a craze that ended 3 years ago.
The Rust craze.
Yeah, it's trying to jump on a dead craze. Because Bethesda is fucking terrible, and they're late with their trying to jump on fucking bandwagon shit. And they decided to use Fallout because, I don't know, they decided to use Fallout.
Because it was a hot property, and 4 did pretty well, even though it was a meh game.
No, I mean, like, they could have also done, like, the Elder Scrolls with it, but then again, they already did the online Elder Scrolls game, so I guess they're like, oh, we gotta make an online Fallout game now.
No,
Probably
they're
because there's not as many guns in Skyrim and Elder Scrolls.
probably because they're just waiting for another system to port Skyrim to.
Probably. I'm
can't.
glad Fallout 4 didn't become like Skyrim, where they're like, hey, we need to re-release it on every potential system ever.
There's not been another system yet. It's like the Switch, I guess, but
That's why I said yet.
yeah.
That's true.
Also, it wasn't as big as Skyrim. It wasn't as big of a success as Skyrim was. And yeah, Fallout 4 was really bad. I played... Well, it wasn't a Fallout game as far as I'm concerned when I played it. It's just... I don't know. The ending thing is the worst part. No, I would say it's actually worse than 3 because its ending is even more pointless. So yeah, you get these factions, but the endings are like the Mass Effect 3 thing, where it's like you get a different color and a different like final encounter sometimes. And but the like audio crawl is the same because it's all about your character talking about himself.
Yeah,
you don't really talk about the factions or the settlements you fixed up. Even 3 managed to do that.
Yeah, no, it's just like, hey, whoever is not blown up is still around, and that's about all the changes.
Oh, they don't even do that. They're just like, the things that I saw.
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
I know the monologue is very generic. I'm just saying, like, in terms of actual ending, like, it's whoever you didn't blow up is still around for the post game. That's about the. That's the
so yeah, in the post, well, the post game is So whatever faction you decide to side with for that final encounter becomes the major faction of the area, and that you find them doing patrols and shit. Certain factions you'll also find synths walking around. If you do that, but unless it's like the Brotherhood, then you don't find synths.
Because they killed them all.
Yeah. And that's about it. That's literally the only difference. There are more differences and shit that I saw from like the DLC that I never played and will never play because I'm not spending more money on that game. And by spending more money, I mean somebody gifted it to me because I told them that I knew how to make John Cena in the game and they wanted me just to play as John Cena. And so I played the entire game as John Cena.
It's quite easy because you can't see him.
Yeah.
No, you just go in the third person.
Yeah, that's true. Did you mod it so that every time someone says John Cena?
Nah, because that would have gotten boring after a while.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that was the big thing was that your robot butler will actually say your name.
He's the only character who does, though.
And he's the only character. Yeah, he's the only character that does, because they could probably only have one guy record so many names. Everybody gave him a joke name anyway, so it's not like it really mattered.
What's funny, they even had like an update where they added more names, but they didn't want to like have the other voice actors like say your name. So like it'll just be like, what was it? The one will just call you Blue, and just call you some kind of generic nickname.
No, she always does that. The only one who
No, I mean like all of them when they refer to you, they give you like some kind of like nickname. That's what I'm saying. Like I was using her as an example, her calling you Blue. But yeah, other than the robot, they all just give you like some kind of weird nickname that's all they do.
Oh yeah, did you see the full list for the PlayStation Classic got released?
I did, yeah.
And it's like
Battle Arena Toshiden.
Yeah.
You know what else is on there? The original.
You know what though? Oh yeah, the original Persona, which that's interesting because that game I think is actually pretty expensive if you want to buy a copy of it. So that's nice.
Yeah, except this the crappy version where half the game is dummied out.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's the American release then.
I mean, unless they're going to like fix it. I don't think they're going to go through all the
No.
work.
Wasn't there a PSP re-release of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a PSP re-release that actually was a good version of the game, relatively. I mean, the game is a little flawed, but I mean, yeah, they actually the fact that was their entire advertising campaign is we didn't screw it up this time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Same thing with like 2 also got re-released on PSP. Now 2 I actually do like.
But only the first game got a Western release, which was the one they didn't release in the first. So like, okay, so if you want to play the full game, you have to buy the PSP version, then download Eternal Punishment on PSN Classics. And I was like, okay, why didn't you just bring the PSP game over?
No.
I guess.
I mean, to be fair, PSP was like a fucking disaster. So.
Yeah, and I don't think the game sold as well as I thought it did.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because Persona 2 I really like the characters.
Yeah, Persona 2 is really good.
I'm also like how the list is cleared. How the list is missing.
Honestly, the only Personas I don't like are 1 and 3.
But I just like how the list is missing. Like, obviously, huge titles like any Crash Bandicoots or Spyros or.
That's probably because Activision wants the money from.
Oh, it's 100% so that they can market and sell the remakes.
No, you know what it is?
What?
It's all games that don't use the analog sticks because there's no analog stick in the PS.
You're right.
Controller. That's why.
You're right. That's why there's no 8 Escape.
Yeah, they're just like okay, so we're not putting analog sticks on the system, so you probably shouldn't put a game that needs them.
Which is really funny because that means they had to dig through their garbage to find the non-analog stick ones to slap onto the thing.
So basically, only games that came in the first 2 years of the system. So instead we get stuff like Jumping Flash.
The first 3D platformer, not Mario.
And Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Now that's a good game.
It is good. But there's also the fact that, oh hey, why aren't any of the other Street Fighters on here? Oh right, because they all recently got repackaged into 30th Anniversary Edition.
Yeah. I remember they had the Puzzle Fighter in the Alpha Collection that came out with the PS2. Because that's how I had the game. Because that one had like every version of the Alpha games other than Max, which came out later for PSP. Which is the best version of the game, and they never re-released it.
Well.
So $99 for
it's not worth.
Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, FF7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
Tekken 3, come on, let's replace that with a better game like Evil Zone.
Tekken 3 has gone in it though.
All of these games have no analog because there's no analog on the classic controller, and which means they're all pretty much games that came out within the first couple of years of the system.
Does explain why there's 3 JRPGs on it though.
Oh boy, it's the part where I get roped into doing the fucking
I do like how Square
the land shark mini game.
Square doesn't give a shit. They'll release FF7 on any system they can.
I'm just be happy.
Yeah.
It's not FF7, 8, and 9.
Give them time. Yeah.
No, they don't re-release 8.
Oh, they do. 8's on Switch as well, I think now.
No, 8 is not on Switch. It's the one that was excluded. It was a fucking running joke. Because it was like the one that was excluded from the Switch, so it was like this running joke about it where people were like posting up like gag pictures of Squall and shit.
I don't know why. It's not as if like 8's not popular.
I think it's because they didn't.
Oh, I think I might know what it could be.
They didn't do an updated version, so.
Well, I think I actually might know what else it could be.
What?
It might be the theme song.
No.
Maybe they don't have the rights.
That didn't stop 9.
Well, did 9 have a theme song by a Japanese artist? Oh.
Yeah. So. I think it's just because they haven't done a cleaned up version of it, like from. Like 7 and 9 had one, but 8 didn't, so it'd be all jaggy and crappy looking on an HD TV, and they didn't want to.
I mean, that didn't stop them from releasing 7 several times.
Maybe.
But
they cleaned 7 up for the PS4 release. I mean, relatively.
I see what you're saying. That game always looked jaggy. No matter what you do to it, it still looks jaggy.
Maybe in 30 years we'll get a Final Fantasy VIII HD remake. We said 30 years.
No, they'll just remake 10. No, they'll go down the rabbit hole of losing money that is 13 and remake 13 over and over again.
No. They'll release day one DLC for Final Fantasy VII. That's mandatory. That turns every character into lightning.
Good.
But yeah.
They'll be too busy still releasing DLC for 15.
Maybe when Kingdom Hearts 3 finally comes out.
Yeah.
If it comes out.
If it comes out.
If. Still if.
It's okay, we'll still get Dragon Quest games.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we'll get Dragon Quest games like every 5 years.
Which is like, how do you guys still function? You work for Square. We're a different team. Oh, okay. That explains it.
I mean,
how come you're the silly one, yet your writing makes more sense than a Final Fantasy game? Because we're not the same team. Oh, okay.
Because Square's also, like, basically leaves them alone. And they don't have, like, too high...
Because it doesn't matter what they release. Dragon Quest is so popular, it's a national holiday in Japan when it comes to release, so it's not like they have to worry.
I can't wait for them to, like, show up and be like, hey, guys, we need you to change things. Alright, we're gonna write a story about characters in their focus, and they gotta find their focus, while we, the writers, also try to figure out what our focus is.
Well, the other problem is that main game Final Fantasies require, like, fucking huge, massive teams do now, because they insist on making them look as pretty and be as big as possible.
It's too bad they hired one alien to write the whole thing.
I mean, you say this, but Dragon Quest XI was pretty relatively impressive looking. It had a relatively small team, so I'm pretty sure
I was going to say, but was it like... But it's also, like, significantly easier to work with like, Dragon Quest style, art style, and make it look really good, as opposed to trying to make stuff you're essentially trying to make photorealistic look good.
So, but they don't even go for photorealistic. It's like this weird kind of, like, in-between. Final Fantasy games always kind of have like this weird in-between where they're not
like,
quite
how many belts can we put on this guy?
But all I'm getting at is that Final Fantasy demands like fucking 200 or so people working on it.
That's true. Also, there's no VAing.
Yeah.
Except in the English version.
Whereas Dragon Quest, doesn't.
Dragon Quest Japanese doesn't have voice acting because I think they're just too lazy. And then when they bring out the Western release, they like have a British company do it.
Yeah.
Which worked in 8, but in 11 it's a little weird because every country, every town in the game has a different dialect, which basically means every country has a different national stereotype, which means there's the Italian town and the Spanish town. and the town that talks entirely in haikus. So, you get to hear the best British person can try to do a stereotypical.
They should just do it
Italian
based on
accent.
British accents. You should just go over to a place that's where everyone speaks like they're from Manchester.
Yeah, but they do that, but they ran out of accents after a while.
What, in Britain? There's fuck tons.
Well, yeah. I think it's the main places. The main language is British, but then like all the other various towns have like a different nationality.
Bibbidi boobidi, bibbidi bobbidi.
They should go to Australia town.
There's an Australian town.
It's called Australia.
Oi, Nata.
Oi, cunt! Actual Australian dialect.
Yes, I know. That's how the girl from Rooster Teeth got yelled at.
It's how they say hello and goodbye.
That is because they were just like they were like please use a PG-13 appropriate language, and then like she went onto stage and she's like, "What's up, cunts?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, but that's all people have been telling me all week."
Yeah.
Like, I thought that's just how you guys talked here.
This is exactly how they talk.
They'll just pretend they don't when they're trying to look civil.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't say that. And then they walk away. Fucking cunt.
I've never known an Australian person who tried to act civil. And I've known a lot of Australians.
I know one Australian guy attempted to start a fight because I made eye contact with him.
That sounds about right.
Although, apparently that's just what they do in New York.
Well, you just threatened to give them a stingray.
I didn't say anything. I was like completely taken aback, and like my friend had to literally pull me away. He's like, "Don't look people in the eye." And I was like, "I didn't know it was that violent here." Jesus.
In New York.
In New York, yeah, but the guy was also Australian.
Hey, forget about it.
It's a recipe for disaster. It's like going to Chicago.
Pretty much.
You just you might as well just put a sign inside that says "Please shoot me."
You know what's sad? Because I can't stand this fucking real estate thing. I've been listening to us talking, but I literally have been just like only occasionally glancing at the TV because I just don't give a shit about this stuff.
It's okay. People can only occasionally look at the video.
That's true. But like, I'm sorry, just Zero. I'm actually kind of happy that if I do one or two, I'll probably do them on my own. But Zero, I don't mind doing it for, because honestly, the story doesn't get good until you're like more than halfway through the fucking plot.
Oh, so fun fact: Yakuza Kiwami 1 is actually going to be a free game with PlayStation Plus for this month.
Don't you mean Yakuza
Nice.
Plus Ultra?
No, Kiwami.
Ah!
That's what it's called. It's just called Kiwami. And then it has like a little thing in the loading screen that says Kiwami means extreme.
Extreme dinosaurs. Extreme.
Wait, does it really?
Yeah, it's like basically just.
Wow, that brings me back to.
So it's back to
Extreme dinosaurs.
Man, I love that fucking theme. The show itself was whatever.
Well, that was that.
You know what? You know what though? It was better than the fucking shark one because at least they all had different abilities because they weren't all just sharks.
Hey, one guy was a whale.
Wow, don't body shame him.
How dare you? How dare you? This is a PG channel.
You cunt.
This is a family recording. You fucking asshole.
Yeah, we only make rape jokes here.
Oh my fucking god, no.
Now I'm thinking about that one guy in the forum with the Kiwami translation.
Yeah, the Ne Plus Ultra.
Well, another thing translated as extreme, and he also did like that one. But apparently that's what the Yakuza games translated it as. So.
Well, sort of. They still just call themselves, yeah, it's Kiwami, and then have a loading screen that says, it means extreme!
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they should have had like a guitar riff during those loading screens. It means extreme, and then just like...
I don't know. I'm just reminding me of that guy I hate, and I'm glad he's gone forever.
They should also spell extreme with just an X. They're gonna need to get rid of the E.
Maybe in the 90s.
I'm going for the whole 90s gag.
Oh no, not the 90s.
For those of you at home, I was covering my mouth while doing that.
Oh, I thought Scooby-Doo was in the room.
Ruh-roh, Raggy! I'm in the cellar!
Poor Scoob. Yeah, I've always wanted
got
to
a
see
gun!
like a horror movie that's like just flat out 100% horror from beginning right up until the end, where the characters like gear up for the final confrontation, go into like where the monster, the killer, the ghost, whatever is, and then the Scooby gang have got him tied up and unmasked him as Old Man Jenkins.
I'm pretty sure that was the ending of one of the M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Probably. No, it can't be. That's a good twist.
I think it was The Village, because they were all the monsters were actually people.
Yeah. No, I thought the twist was that they were in modern times.
Yeah, they were in modern times, and it was all the monsters were just like the villagers acting out, pretending to be monsters.
I thought the twist was that they were on the moon.
Not this time.
No.
I remember he wanted
to Catherine.
I mean, he wanted the twist to Avatar to be it's the post-apocalypse, and I remember that. He wanted that.
Wonder what the twist of the updated release of Catherine is going to be.
The twist is Persona 5 is a popular video game inside it.
I mean, there is actually a thing like a day one like free DLC thing with Joker, and there's an unlockable like thing that involves the Phantom Thieves.
I mean, of course, all in the run up before we get our updated re-release of Persona 5. This time you can play as Akechi.
Yeah, the Akechi version.
Yeah.
Persona 5 Red. For blood.
I get it.
I will say Akechi was a good antagonist. I did like him.
Did we cover how the anime ended on here? I forget.
The anime ended. Yeah, I think we did. Where the anime just kind of ends with the gunshot, and then they're gonna do the rest as like an OVA thing. Yeah, we did. I remember we covered that.
So just like the Persona 4 anime, except
Yeah, but at least the Persona 4 anime ended with one of the like, you know, more kind of actual endings. Like,
Yes,
who
true.
actually really gets the bad ending of Persona 5 unless you're trying for it?
You literally like it before you get to that decision. It's like, hey, be very careful. And it's basically, don't sell out your friends.
No, it's not just that.
It spells it out for you.
if you pick that option, the game is like, do you really want to say that? You click it again.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah, when you pick the bad option, it's basically like, hey, dumbass!
Yeah. Both bad endings in Persona 5, the game is like, hey, you sure you want to pick that? Okay.
And if you pick the correct one, it just right away goes on.
Yeah.
At least with Persona 4, like, there's a very good possibility that Adachi is the final boss / the ending of the game. Like, you know, it takes
also,
everything.
it's a lot harder to get through the dialogue because it doesn't be like, oh no, hey, this is not the right answer, guys.
Yeah.
In fact, even when you pick the right answer, it still doesn't work if you don't do it the right way.
Yeah. Well, that's just to get actually to Adachi, and then to get to Izanami, it's like a whole other thing you need to go through.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of work to.
What I'm getting at is that realistically, like, people could get those alternate endings for Persona 4.
The only thing that's not obvious is that like when you beat Adachi, like you finish the link and get a new Persona, but the game would be over.
But New Game Plus.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like, that's a bit of a hint, but it's like not nearly as like.
It's less obvious in Golden because like there actually is a dungeon between Adachi and the actual, you know, which could theoretically be the fun. Yes, good old Marie.
That character who was swiftly forgotten.
They really tried to push her real hard, but it didn't quite work.
And now nobody cares.
No.
To be fair, I wish instead of like adding her, they actually did a thing to make Yukiko a character. That would have been nice.
Nah, that's not what happens.
I know.
That's standard. The standard Atlas new game adds a new random girl because of course they do.
For popularity,
because she's basically like a mix. Because like when I saw her, I'm like, oh, so you're basically like a mix of Naoto and Chie, but I like those characters more. So you can just go to the side here. Just gonna put you. There you go.
Oh,
now I'm gonna
Marie.
forget about you. Yeah.
I mean, it also doesn't help that she's just in a game on a system that not a whole lot of people actually own, and if they do own it,
I wish they re-released it so I could actually fucking play it.
if they do own it, it's to play that game. Let's be real.
Yeah, I watched a friend of mine stream it. Like, I watched her stream of that one, and I was like, alright, I mean, I'd like to play this, but it's on something I don't own and I don't want to buy. Because I don't want to buy a system for one game. That's just dumb.
You just need to be ridiculously lucky and find a guy practically giving it away like I did. Because it had a crack on the screen.
I mean, I get that,
He
but at the same time, it's
giving
like...
it away. I'm still not convinced he didn't mug a guy.
But, like, at the same time, it's still like, okay, well, now you have this device in your... this device that you have to own to play one thing.
I bought a few other games, mostly because I actually had a Vita, so I opted not for the... Also, I had a Vita before I had a PS4, so...
Okay.
Like
That's fair.
Yeah.
There are a couple of games on the Vita that got ported to PS4 that I told him to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, they should just port Persona 4 Golden. Like, honestly.
Cybersleuth.
They probably will, but they got to do it when they're not pushing something else down.
Or they'll probably, or they'll
do it after
remake it.
Persona Q.
They'll do it after they're done pushing Persona 5, unless they jump right to Persona 6.
If they do 4 a remake, they'd probably use the assets from the dancing game, because they would have a lot from that, and then just reuse a lot of stuff from 5. That's if they wanted to do it feasibly, because they were created... Because... Go ahead, sorry.
Or they'll just go right to Persona 6.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying if they decided to remake it, that's the route they would probably take, but they're probably going to go for 6. Re-release a version of 5, Persona Q, the fighting game, and then Persona 6, like in, 10 years.
Hopefully sooner, but who knows.
I mean, 5 made a lot of money, so it could be sooner.
Well, 5, there was a lot of problems between 4 and 5 that, the company almost went out of business, so that's why
yeah,
it took so long.
the company went out of business. That's when Sega bought them. That tsunami hit, which made them scrap their original plans for 5, which they might use for 6, where it was originally going to be like a world tour sort of thing. You heard about that, right?
Yeah. The tsunami hit, and all of a sudden, Japanese people woke up to the fact that, hey, our politicians kind of suck.
Yeah.
Maybe we
what
should.
Happens when they kind of don't tell you the full truth about the nuclear power plant that's in danger of going nuclear exploding.
So now there was a big anti-political sentiment that everyone wanted to get on.
Yeah, even Godzilla's got on it, with Shin Godzilla being basically about, man, the Japanese government sucks. They don't know how to deal with this crisis of an nigh immortal, 300-foot tall nuclear dinosaur.
But yeah,
Useless
my
fucks.
guess. But yeah, so my guess is with 6, they're probably gonna go back with the original idea they had for 5 and run with
Depends
that.
if they still hate their government by that point.
I mean, yeah, they'll probably still have a negative view on just politicians in general.
I don't think that's going to change. I think they've just awoken to the idea of hating government, but it's not like it's going to go away.
Also,
they just join the rest of the world.
There's other big news, and that they're getting a new emperor in a couple months.
Oh yeah.
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 But, let's wrap this up though, because I'm gonna end the recording.
No, it's just that their current emperor is abdicating. It's a big deal because he's the first one to do it.
Yeah, but it's because he's not dead. He's I thought I'd die a lot sooner than this.
I'm just fucking done with this shit. It's some other idiot's turn.
He's I don't want to deal with this when I'm 90 years old. I thought I'd be dead by now.
It's like being emperor.
Why am I still alive?
It's like being emperor of Japan. It's it's not like being queen of England or anything, where you'll be super in the public eye and parodied and mocked relentlessly.
Nobody cares about it.
No, they care. They care a lot about the emperor.
Yes,
you mean the opposite?
Yeah, it's not that they don't. It's not that nobody cares about the emperor. It's that if they did do it, they'd probably get arrested.
It's illegal to depict the emperor in any Japanese media other than in historical context. That's why that's why you never see him in anything.
But you'll see parodies of the prime minister or something like that.
Oh yeah, you'll see parodies of the prime minister. That's why as far as most fictional Japan things are concerned, the prime minister runs the country because they can't show the emperor. The one Simpsons episode that had the emperor in it was banned in Japan.
Wasn't that the one where they went to Japan?
Yeah, it's the one where they went to Japan and they met the emperor, and you can't show the emperor.
It was also because the prime minister is just a man, whereas the emperor is well, not so much now, but historically meant to be likened to a god.
Descended from God, except not really.
Yes, except no.
Let's end it there, because we can go on for forever about the whole Emperor thing. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and see us next time for more blogging, podcasting, whatever.
I don't know what we do here anymore.
It's Yakuza. It's us talking over Yakuza 0 or whatever game after this. Yeah, pretty much.
But only for an hour.
Now we're in 5 minutes. Have a good day.
Very specific.